I was battling the end of a 10-year struggle with substance abuse, a lifelong struggle with self-hatred, and a disbelief that I would ever wake up and experience being alive again. I had avoided any opportunity to let myself know the state of disconnection that I was living in. At the time of my diagnosis, my A1C was a 12. That's a biomarker for diabetes, and anything above 6.4 is type 2 diabetic. My blood pressure was 210 over 100 and something. My cholesterol was through the roof, which was, if you think about it, completely reasonable, given the way that I was living my life. I found myself alone in the dark, on the floor, in a puddle of vomit, with no one around me, not because they didn't want to be there for me, but because I had pushed everything that meant anything out of my life. And I ended up in addiction recovery treatment, where I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, erectile dysfunction, bipolar disorder, suicidal depression, anxiety disorder, sleep disorder, and attention deficit disorder. The last thing that had to break before I changed my diet was literally me. And my motivation had nothing to do with my diabetes or my heart disease or my obesity or my substance abuse. Those things were real and they are motivation. But the motivation for me was, all right, I was obese and I didn't want to be. I had heart disease and diabetes and I didn't want those things, and I nearly died from substance abuse. And to be honest, I didn't want to live, but I surely discovered after attempting suicide that I didn't want to die. Within 3 months of adopting a plant-based diet, of adopting a mindfulness meditation practice, and moving my body with purpose, reconnecting with nature on a regular basis, I completely reversed my diabetes, my heart disease, and my erectile dysfunction. Within a year, I was off of every single medication I was diagnosed with. I was prescribed in rehab, including the antidepressants, the mood stabilizers, the sleeping medications, the anxiety medications, the ADHD medications. And I lost over 100 pounds in the first year. I've lost 200 pounds as of today. There's a photo in my apartment. One is of my dad. It was taken by my mom as my dad and my mom were walking me into the doors of rehab. And next to it is a photo taken by my mom of my dad and I running the race in Austin 3 years later. We underestimate the power of the most simple choices that we have in our lives. And those simple choices are the ones that we have control over most of the time. What we put on our plate, how we talk to ourselves, how we live with other people. Change doesn't happen 5 minutes from now. It certainly doesn't happen 5 minutes before. It doesn't happen 5 weeks or 5 years from now. It doesn't happen 5 weeks or 5 years before. It's right here, right now, because now is when I have a choice. And I know the choice that brings positive change for me. And for me, it is a diet that creates the greatest health I've ever experienced in my life. It allows me to get up and feel good about the impact that I have on the world around me. It allows me to get up and be the person that I want to be for my family. It allows me to be the most authentic version of myself I've ever been. And it's, you know what? It's the person that I've always been. I didn't become somebody new. I became the person I've always been, just the most authentic version of it that I've ever experienced in my life.